What's up, my fellow treasure hunters? Welcome back to another video. And on today's episode of Good Content, it's been almost a year, a little bit under a year, since Sonic the movie came out. Well, it might have taken a while, but I finally watched it last night on Thanksgiving. And for those of you, who do celebrate Thanksgiving, I just want to say happy belated Thanksgiving. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Sonic. So, of course, I'm going to do right now, say it at first thing in the video, spoilers throughout the video. So if you don't want to be spoiled about Sonic, which you shouldn't be because you probably already watched it, then you should leave, alright? So let's give him a second. How was the food yesterday, huh? Oh, it was good. It was good for me, especially like the pie. I even made one. Alright, they should be gone. Alright. So, Sonic the movie is based off the famous gaming series made by Sega, which stars a mutated giant hedgehog that is the fastest thing alive. And that's basically the main thing of the story. A giant hedgehog that's as fast as light, as fast as sound, and you know, all that's all you need for like a movie. That's not like all you need, but that's like the basic need thing for Sonic. You're not gonna just have like a normal hedgehog, like a hedgehog pet, and just stick it in a cage and say, oh, it's the fastest of its litter. Its mom is so proud of it. No, that's not what you need. You need Sonic. You need the good old Sonic. And you need like a comprehensive story that understands the character. That's how you make good movies. You make a character, you get a character, and you make a story around it that makes sure it understands the character and the story's not too complicated to not understand. So now let's actually talk about the movie itself. Of course, we start out with a flash, right where the movie's gonna end, which is basically like a cold open, and Sonic's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm about to die, but let me tell you about my story first." And of course, we flash back to when he was a baby. He lived with, Loftwing. She's a giant owl. And Sonic was told, oh, keep your powers a secret. Of course he didn't. He was a baby. He's not going to keep his powers a secret if he has it. No one would. And so, a kid has come to, try and take his power away from him. And thanks to Loftwing and some magical rings that can teleport him anywhere, he gets out and he's for the next 10 years he goes searching for a home, going to that home, gets found out and has to leave to another home, into another place, another world. And that's what goes on for the next 10 years, where he eventually ends up on Earth. And, he lives in, get this, Green Hills, what is it, town? It's not really a city, it's more of a town. And then, he lives in a burrow in a little cave, and he just hangs out there. And then he eventually finds this cop and his wife at their house, and he's like, oh, they're cool. They're like a family I always wanted. But, of course, Sonic doesn't, with that internalized, negative feelings towards his own incapability of finding a relationship that's satiable for him. He eventually builds up all the anger, and he doesn't really find a new power. It's not really a power to him at this point. It's just like, oh, it happened. So he runs in after a baseball game because he's angry because I want a connection with another being. And, he runs so fast, he activates his power, where he's able to emit blue lightning. Excuse me. And the government it knocks out the whole entire West Coast because he's somewhere close near San Francisco. And after that, he hides in the cops. I forgot the name. I think it was Tom. It's Tom now. All right. Since the government's coming after him, he hides in Tom's garage where Tom meets him, and Tom shoots him with a tranquilizer dart, which I know we all saw. It was a gun in the trailer, in the original trailer, but it's actually a tranquilizer dart because they changed it, and it's like, oh, he's freaking out. There's this alien in my garage. And actually, the whole thing, the story happens is because right before he shot the tranquilizer dart, Sonic was going to use the rings to hop into a mushroom planet. But because Tom shot him with a tranquilizer dart, he, loses the rings in San Francisco. Which is a day away, a day drive away. Like 2 days. It takes 2 days for them to get there. But we get introduced to Dr. Robotnik, Mr. Eggman himself, played by Jim Carrey. That's just, apparently that's his recent thing. He doesn't really do comedy anymore, like in the sense he did back in the 80s. But once the new millennium roll around, he's like, let me do children's movies, readaptions of older material like The Grinch and Sonic. At least he didn't do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, alright? That would have been awful. So, we get introduced to him. He's looking after Sonic, blah, blah, blah. Tommy and Sonic go to San Francisco. They get his rings. And then, Sonic fights Robotnik. And, then they all make it back to Green Hills. And then Sonic now figures out his power, where he emits lightning. And, that's a little bit about it. Sonic beats Robotnik, pushes him into the mushroom world, leaves him there. And everyone's like, oh no, oh wow, Sonic, you're so amazing. And he's like, oh, thank you. And, that's how basically the story ends right there. Of course, they have like an epilogue afterwards. Where they say, oh, this is where Sonic is. He's living with Tom and his wife. And the government's like, oh, the whole story never happened, because that's what the government does. And, Sonic's happy. He has a family. He defeated the evil guy. And, that's it. Until we get to the post-credit scenes. There's two of them. There's one showing where Robotnik is in the mushroom world. And he's gone full Robotnik. He's getting fatter, which is weird because he's just eating mushrooms. That's it. Unless he has like a supply in his ship that he had when he got pushed into the mushroom world. I don't see why he's eating mushrooms, because I'm allergic to mushrooms. And it's weird. He's gotten fatter in a mushroom world. And that's the first post-credit scene. The next one, when I originally heard this, I was like, what? Because, of course, I got spoiled about the movie beforehand, because it's been when did that come out? I think it was like February it came out, and it's November now, so it's been 11 months since it came out, and I haven't seen it. And of course, I got spoiled about it on Instagram. That's the one place you never go. You never go to Instagram if you don't want to be spoiled about a movie. That's the one place you don't go. Every other place on the internet, that's fine. Instagram, no go. Especially if you're like an old Instagram veteran, where they always know what you're thinking, what you're into, because you especially never go to the Instagram page. You never go there if you want to. That's like the one place you're never supposed to go if you don't want to get spoiled. Because Instagram is owned by Facebook. Facebook always knows what you're thinking. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg. That's gonna be my tag now. For those who clicked on this video for because I tagged Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, I'm sorry. This is never about Facebook. But besides that, that's where you never go. All right. And this post-credit scene is really cool because it sets up the next movie. Because we're showing a shot of a hillside, and a giant ring forms. At first, you might have thought, "Oh, it's Robotnik," but no, it's someone more familiar than that. It's Tails, someone we all love and know. Mr. I am a fox, and I have 2 tails. And he shows up and like, this is where he is. This is where he is. It has to be. And he flies off. And that's it. That's basically all that happened in the movie. Honestly, it's all right. It's a video game adaptation of a video game movie based on like when did the original Sonic come out in like the 80s? I don't remember. But as a Sonic fan, I liked it. I thought it was funny, and I thought some of the bits were clever, especially the scene where the crazy guy drew a picture of the Blue Devil, and it was just the Sonic picture. That I was told about that, and it's funny. It really is. And of course, this is a show about good content, and if you really just want a good laugh on a I wouldn't say mediocre. It's a good movie. And if you want to watch a good movie for some laughs, watch Sonic. It's good. What would I rate this on? A 7 out of 10. There you go. That's the rating. I'm sticking with it. With that done, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm not sure what I'm going to review next week, but I always find something to review. If not, hey, it's a free day. I can just have fun. I'm pretty sure by then the Fortnite event will happen. That's another tag going in there. And by then I might talk about the event. It might be just a 5-minute video about me talking about the event. Of course. I mean, it's technically a Marvel event. It's in the Fortnite game, but it's about Marvel. But whatever. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next Friday, or even sooner. I might even do another chill cooking with Trashy. Alright, see ya.